In today's tutorial, we're going to learn how to crochet this beautiful vest. I made this for my baby for her 7th birthday, and I thought of taking her along the tutorial. We're going to make this in 3 measure steps. We're always working in 3 steps. So we're going to start behind here. We're going to create the back piece. Right, once you're done creating the back piece, we're going to flip it over. We're going to come and create this first piece for the front. So you're going to come like this, and later on we're going to come and create the second piece. Right, we're going to come like this, and once we're done creating these pieces, we're going to come and do these beautiful decorations that you see at the edges here. Once that is done, we're going to come and do our joining here, and that's just everything. And at the end of the work, we're going to create our cross that reminds us of the love of Jesus and the mercy of Christ. And that's just it. Very simple pattern, and you can see we're using just a double crochet stitch. It's a very easy pattern for absolute beginners. And yes, some crocheters, welcome to my channel, Zoe CrochetR. Without no further ado, get set all the materials and let's get started. And I want to say a big thanks to all my subscribers and my returning viewers. Thank you so very much for liking and sharing my tutorials. Thank you. And if you're new to my channel, welcome. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to my channel, Zoe CrochetR. And a big thank you to all of my members. Thank you for your monthly support. Thank you. God bless you. And all my tutorials are bilingual, English and French. Therefore, commit your work to the Lord and your plans will be established. Proverbs 16 verse 3. Okay, we're going to begin, and these are the materials we're going to need. We're going to need our scissors, our stitch markers, our darning needles. We're going to need a measuring tape. Very important to take a measurement. Very important. And I'll be working with the 2.5 millimeter size hook. Yep. And this is the yarn I'm working with. It is really very light weight yarn, and this is 3-ply yarn, and we're going to need approximately 90 grams of yarn to make this baby's dress. So let's get started. Now for this pattern, the first measurement you're going to need our shoulder to shoulder measurement, and mine is 35 centimeters. We're going to go ahead and create our slip knot. I'm going to be inserting on the screen the various measurements. Okay, so don't bother for that. In this ring, we're going to insert a hook. I'm going to start with a very long foundation chain that measures our different measurements. Okay, now to make a chain, you want to yarn over and pull through. That's one. Yarn over and pull through. 2. Yarn over and pull through. That's 3. And we're going to keep going until we have our measurement. Okay, you're going to make a very long chain that measures what you need. So just keep on. Okay, here I've completed my starting chain, and I have exactly 35 centimeters. Do you see that? 35 centimeters. And this is my shoulder to shoulder measurement. And of course, this I did a total of 88 chains. Now we are going to start our pattern. Now once you have your total number of chains, you're going to just come here, just put your finger on that last chain, and we're going to do 3 more chains. So 1, 2 and 3 more chains. Now we're going to start our pattern. You're going to yarn over and come in that 4th chain. You can see this chain that your finger is in. That's going to be your 4th chain. Come in that chain, insert your hook, yarn over. You have 3 loops on your hook, yarn over, pull 2 loops, you're left with 2, yarn over, pull out 2 loops. This is a double crochet. And of course, these 3 chains that we skipped here, 1, 2, 3, represent our first double crochet. So we already have 2, 1 and 2. Now you're going to yarn over and into the next chain, you're going to make a double crochet, insert your hook and make a double crochet, pull out 2 loops, you're left with 2, yarn over and pull out 2 loops. Yarn over into the next chain, you're going to make 1 double crochet, yarn over, into the next chain, make 1 double crochet, good. And this is the only sequence we're going to repeat all through this row. We're going to make 1 double crochet in each chain all across, and I'll meet you in this last chain here. Today we're going to do next, okay? So just keep on working. Okay, once we finish our first row, we're going to check again if we still have our exact measurement, and here we go, we still have our 35 centimeters, and that's good. Now we're going to continue. We're going to continue our dress, and it is a very simple pattern. To begin the next row, we're just going to turn our work. To start row number 2, turn your work and come in that first stitch, insert your hook in that first stitch, yarn over, pull through. You have 2 loops on your hook, yarn over, pull out 2 loops, and now we have 2 loops, 1 and 2. We're going to come in this first loop, insert your hook there, yarn over and pull through, and now you have 2 loops on your hook, yarn over and pull out 2 loops. This is going to represent our first double crochet. Into the next stitch, yarn over, into that next stitch, make a double crochet, yarn over, into the next stitch, make a double crochet, yarn over, into the next stitch, insert your hook and make a double crochet. Cool. And we're going to repeat this same sequence, and I'll meet you at the end of this row, okay? So keep on working. This is what we have been up to. Now we work and we get here in this last stitch here. Remember in the beginning we skipped 3 chains, right? 1, 2, 3. We're going to come on the top of that 3rd chain and make a double crochet, our last double crochet. So you're going to yarn over, and instead of doing this, come on the chain, set your hook on the chain like this. Try to work on that chain. Good. Yarn over and make your last double crochet. Good. You see, this is going to help our work to have a very straight edge here. Now we're going to begin our next row. We're going to start our row the same way. You're going to turn your work, and in that same space, you're going to start with this. Make a single crochet. Come in that first loop and make the second single crochet, and this will represent our first stitch, and then to the next chain, and into the next stitch you're going to make a double crochet, yarn over, into the next stitch, double crochet, yarn over, into the next chain, next stitch, make a double crochet, and so you're going to repeat this all through, and I'll meet you at the end here, okay? So keep on working. Okay, this is what we're made up to, and I want to show you how you're going to end this row. So we get in this last stitch, you're going to yarn over, insert your hook. You can see it's really very visible. Insert your hook there and make your last double crochet. And now we're going to begin our row number 4, repeating the same thing. You're going to just turn your work, and you're going to start the same way. Insert your hook there, come in that first loop, make another single crochet there, just start for our first stitch, into the next stitch, yarn over and make a double crochet, yarn over, into the next stitch, you make a double crochet, yarn over into the next stitch, make a double crochet, and yep, and you can see how straight our edge is. And we're just going to repeat this sequence. From here we're going to work until we get under our bust measurement. Okay, don't bother, I'm going to insert the various measurements on the screen. Once we get there, I'll meet you to tell what we're going to do next. Okay, so keep on working. Okay, this is what we have been up to so far, and we have a total of 18 centimeters. This is from our waist to our under bust or under armpit. Okay, so we have to 18 centimeters, and in here I did a total of 24 rows, and you must always make sure that you still have the same number of stitches all through. You have not increased and you have not decreased. It must be the same number of stitches as was here on the base. Now once you're done with this part, we need to start working out the armpit area, the armhole area. That is, we're going to work from up here till we get to the shoulder. And for this part up here, we're going to need a total of 15 centimeters. Okay, so we're going to work until we have from here to here, until we have a total of 15 centimeters. I'm going to insert on the screen the various measurements. Now let's get started. And before we get there, just want to mention we're going to skip some stitches here. This is going to give us some opening for the sleeves, and we're going to do that on both ends, here and here. So let's do this. So right now we're going to make a slip stitch in 5 stitches. So in that first stitch, just insert your hook like this, yarn over, pull through, and you're going to pull through. That's a slip stitch. In the second stitch, you're going to make a slip stitch. In the third stitch, you're going to make a slip stitch. In the fourth stitch, you're going to make a slip stitch. And in the fifth stitch, you're going to make a slip stitch. Here we have 5 slip stitches, and now into the next stitch you're going to make a double crochet, yarn over into the next stitch, you should make a double crochet, yarn over into the next stitch, you should make a double crochet. Good. And now you're going to repeat this, make a double crochet, and when you get at this other end here, you're going to work until you have 5 stitches left here, and I'll tell you what to do next. Okay, so keep on working. And we have worked until we got here, and here we have 5 stitches left. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I'm going to skip those 5 stitches, and for the person that wants the measurement, this measures 2 centimeters. We have 2 centimeters here, and on this other end also it gives us 2 centimeters. So once that is done, we're just going to keep on working. So from here we're just going to repeat the pattern. You're just going to turn your work, and we're going to always start the same way. Go back there, make a single crochet in the first stitch, make another single crochet and a double crochet, a double crochet. I'm going to repeat double crochets, and I'll meet you at this other end here. Okay, so keep on working. And when we get to this other end here, we have this last double crochet to make, so make a last double crochet. And here we have our 5 stitches that will slip stitch in. We're going to just allow it and turn our work, and yep, go ahead and start the same way. Double crochet, double crochet, and I know you'll be wondering what happened to my hook. I changed my size of my hook. I continue with this 2mm size hook, and now this is just going to be a repeat. So we're just going to repeat this. We're going to work in like this from here to here, to and fro, until we have our measurement. Okay, so just keep on working. this is what we have been up to so far. So this is what the above looks like currently. We have something like this. Yep. And this part measures exactly 15 centimeters. And yep, I'll go with this. And in here we did a total of 21 rows. So from here, from our armpit, that is the bottom, from here to here we did a total of 21 rows. So now I've fastened up my yarn because I want us to do something here. This is really our shoulder. So you're just going to insert your hook and bring in your color yarn. And now this is very optional. You must not change your yarn. Okay, you must not change the color. I just want this color here. So we're going to chain one, and in there we're going to make a single crochet. So you're going to insert your hook to make a single crochet. Into the next stitch, you make a single crochet. And walk along these tails. Into the next stitch, you make a single crochet. Into the next stitch, you make a single crochet. Yep, you're just going to make a single crochet all through, and I'll meet you at the end of this row. And we have something like this. Now we're going to begin the next row. You're going to chain one, there's a single crochet, turn your work. In that first stage, you're going to go ahead and make a single crochet. And into the next stage, you make a single crochet. And into the next stitch, you make a single crochet. Yeah, so you're going to repeat single crochet, and I'll meet you at this other end here. Okay, so keep on working. Okay, right now we have something like this. We are done with our back panel, and yeah, we're going to start working on the front. But before, I want to give you some measurement. So from here to here, it gives us a total of 29 centimeters. This is without stretching. If I stretch my dress, it will be more than this. I don't want to stretch it out. And so from here to here, we have 29 centimeters. And you can see I've inserted my stitch marker. This is one shoulder, and this is the second shoulder. And in here, this is our neckline, and my neckline is measuring 13 centimeters. So I'm taking my measurement from this double crochet row. Yep. And now the width for my shoulder, we have 8 centimeters, and on this side also we have 8 centimeters, right? 8 centimeters on both ends. And in here I have a total of 22 stitches, and here I have 22 stitches also, and in here I have a total of 34 stitches. Right now we're going to start working on the front panel. We're also going to continue with the same piece, and yeah, I'm going to turn. We are always turning our work, so we're going to just insert a hook here. Of course, if you're not changing your colors, you will not have all of this. So right now we're going to work a double crochet until we get where we have the stitch marker. So this is our first double crochet, and into the next stitch a second double crochet. So we're going to make a double crochet, and on each we have the stitch marker. Okay, so keep on working. So this is my work looks like. I'm working from here to here. We'll get here, we'll have the stitch marker. I'm just going to take off a stitch marker, and in that stitch we're going to make our last double crochet. Of course, you have a total of 22 stitches. We're going to turn our work to begin the next row, and from here we're going to start our increases. So yep, we're going to come in that first stitch, and we're always going to start the same way. Go ahead, start it, and in that same stitch we're going to make one more double crochet. So yarn over and make the second double crochet in that stitch. So in this first stitch we just did an increase, and now in the next stitch you're going to make just one double crochet. Into the next stitch, make only one double crochet. I'm going to repeat making one double crochet, and I'll measure this other end here. And get to the end of this row, you're going to make just one double crochet. Make just one double crochet. So at this end here, you make just one double crochet. You can see where an armpit tail, just one. And you're going to turn your work to start the next row, and you're going to start with your first double crochet, and into the next stitch make a double crochet, into the next stitch make a double crochet, you're going to repeat this, and I'll meet you at the end here. Now when we get at this end here, we're going to make 2 double crochet in that last stitch. So come here and make 2 double crochet, the first double crochet, yarn over and make the second double crochet, the second double crochet. You're going to turn your work and you're going to repeat the same thing. In the beginning, make an increase, go back in the same stitch and make 1 more double crochet there. Good. And now into the next stitch you make 1 double crochet, and then into the next stitch you make 1 double crochet. So yeah, this is just going to be a repeat row. So I'm going to work up here until I have 20 rows, and I'll meet you here to tell how we're going to work this piece. Okay, so keep on working. Here we are, we have completed our 20 rows, and this is our 20th row. Now you remember here we have skipped 5 stitches. We have to complete those 5 stitches. So you're going to insert back your hook. So I'm going to go ahead and turn our work. So I'm going to chain 5, 1, 2, 3, 4 and 5. We have 5 chains. Now once we have our 5 chains, you're going to go ahead and chain 1. Now yarn over and come in that second chain and make your first double crochet, yarn over into the second chain, into the next chain, make your second double crochet, into the next chain, make a third, into the fourth, into the next chain, you make your 4th double crochet, and we have this last chain here. Go ahead and make your 5th double crochet. We have 5 double crochet here, and now you're just going to repeat your pattern. Come on that stitch, yep, just there, and make your double crochet, and into the next stitch, there's a next stitch there, you make your double crochet, and you're going to repeat this. And yes, so you're just going to repeat this. Now you walk, you get here, you make your increase, you come back, and I'll meet you here. Okay, so keep on working. And now we get to this other end here where we did the 5 chains. You're just going to go ahead and make a double crochet in each of those stitches. And you need to turn your work to start the next row. And you're going to have something like this. So you see, it completes us this space here. And of course, we are still continuing with our increases on the sides to give us this slanting effect here. We're just going to continue our increases, and the sides remain straight like this, no increase on the side. So keep on working. Okay, we are done with this part, and I mean, this is beautiful. Yep, now we are going to work on this other side, and we're going to just repeat the same thing that we did here. So you're going to turn your work, and where we inserted the stitch marker, we're going to take it out, and we're going to insert a hook there. And you're going to bring in your yarn. You're going to chain 3, 1, 2, 3, and this chain 3 is going to represent our first double crochet, and then into the next stitch you're going to make 1 double crochet, and then to the next stitch you make 1 double crochet. And yep, you're just going to work these 2 and 4, you come here and you go back, and always remember to make your increases at the beginning of the row, exactly as you did here. Okay, you just keep on working, and on each one we have the number of stitches that we had here, this way. So you're going to work until you have this number of stitches, and I'll teach you how to work the space. Okay, so keep on working. Okay, this is what we have so far. Now I want to give some explanations. Here we work up to 20 rows, then we chain the 5, right? And under here, and for the back panel we had but 21 rows. For the back panel here we had but 21 rows. Right, yep, that was very intentional because I want 1 extra row for the back panel, 1 extra row for the back panel. So here we have 21 rows, and here we have 20 rows. You're just going to do the same thing with yours. No matter the number of rows that you do, allow 1 additional row for the back part, allow 1 additional row for the back panel. So if you have 15, let behind here be 15 and here be 14. Okay, now we're going to do something slightly different for this side. This is where we have to complete. We're going to turn, and here we're going to chain 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and we're going to add that turning chain. Remember here we chain 5 and we did the +1, right? We're going to do the same thing here, +1. That gives us a total of 6 chains. You're going to turn your work, and instead of doing the double crochet, you're not going to do that double crochet, you're just going to make a slip stitch all through. Now if you check well, behind the chain we have this, see, we have this middle loops there. Just go in those middle loops and make insert your hook there and make a slip stitch. That's 1. That's 2. That's 3. That's 4. And here we have the last one. And 5. Just keep it there. We're going to work there. Now when you get here, this is our first double crochet for this row. Go there also and make a slip stitch just to gain height, and now you can make your first double crochet. Double crochet, and then to the next stitch make a double crochet. So you're going to repeat this and come here, you make your increase, you come back, and I'll meet you here. Then what to do next? Okay, so keep on working. So we're just going to come where we did the slip stitches 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and make a double crochet in each of those stitches. So here we have the first stitch, the second, the third, the fourth stitch, and the fifth. It gives us something like this. And yep, just as desired, we have it. Okay, from now on you're going to repeat on this other side. Once you're done here, we're going to move for the next part of our work. Okay, so keep on working. And yep, this is what we have so far, and this is really beautiful. Now we're going to work on this. We're going to give some definition here to the lining here. I just want to mention that here I have a total of 44 stitches for the front, both pieces here, and the back here I have 45, so I have 1 extra for you. Okay, now so I'm going to come here in this our last stitch and set a hook there. I'm going to change my color. I'm going to bring a yarn, bring a chain in front, chain 1, and then you're going to make a total of 2 single crochet. So instead of working there, we are going to avoid working in between the stitches. Okay, so you don't create these. We're going to try to work on the top of the stitches. You can see up here, see, we're going to try to work it in here. Okay, so we're going to come here, and instead of working here, we're going to come here, up here, and do 2 single crochet. Just try. Yeah, a little bit hard. here we have the first, and now after our first single crochet we're going to chain 2, 1 and 2, and in the same space we're going to make one more single crochet. We're going to come over. You can see this other space here. You can see this other space there. So we're not doing this, we're doing here. Come here, make the first single crochet, go ahead and chain 2, 1 and 2, and into the same space you're going to make one more single crochet. We're going to repeat this. Come on this and make one single crochet, chain 2, 1 and 2, in the same space make a single crochet, one more single crochet, and this is what we have. So you're going to repeat this all through, and I'll meet you up here. Okay, so keep on working. Now when we get here, go there and make a single crochet and chain 2, 1 and 2, and make one more single crochet. You're going to skip one stitch, come to the next, a single crochet, chain 2, and we're going to repeat this. You skip this, you come to the next, you make a single crochet, chain 2, 1 and 2, and in that same stitch you make one more single crochet. You skip one and into the next, single crochet, chain 2, one more single crochet. I'm coming. So you're going to repeat this. You're just going to repeat this all through the neckline, and I'll definitely meet you.
Wait, Ma, where's the skull?
And I'll meet you at this other end here. So keep on working. Okay, here we go. We are done with this part, and we have to work here. I don't want to fasten up my yarn because we need to work on this part here first. So we're going to weave in our yarn. We're going to insert our yarn here. We're going to work like this and come. Okay. Chain 1. Just chain 1 to secure your yarn. And we're going to repeat the same thing. You're going to come here. And here you're going to make 2 single crochet. 1 and 2. Come up here, make 2 single crochet, 1 and 2. So you're going to repeat. Yeah, we're making just single crochets. So, okay, this one I've been up to so far, where we did the 5 single crochet. When we get here, we're just going to continue.
Mama, we got what? You dressing? What good dress?
Now we'll get at the shoulder here. This is how we're going to do it. Just come here and you make your 2 single crochet, 1 and 2, and next you're just going to allow this space alone. Come here in this other end here and make 2 single crochet. And then you're going to continue. And we're going to have something as clean as this. Now we have to come this way now. So we're going to come in each of those stitches and just make a single crochet. Single crochet. Single crochet. So you're just going to repeat this. Okay, here we are. We have worked from here to here. And when we get here, you can see where we started this way, right? But you need to come here, just make 1 more single crochet in that space down there. Make 1 more single crochet and come in that first and make a slip stitch. We are really finished here. Now once we finish all around, we need to come this down here and work also this side. So you're just going to repeat the same thing. you're going to come and make a single crochet. And now here I'm going to work in between the stitches. Since this is the border side, we're going to make 2 single crochet there. And now for the rest, you're just going to make 1 single crochet. So we're going to work in between each other, working. Go there and make 1 single crochet. Going to repeat this all through, and when you get here, you're going to work this side exactly as we worked this side. You walk on the shoulder, you come down, you walk and come here, and you're going to finish at this other end here. And we're going to have something like this other side also. We're going to meet to join our corners. Yep, so keep on working. Now it's time for us to sew the side. Yep, so here you want to make sure that your stitches are lined together. Yep, so you're just going to insert your hook, your needle. I'm using my needle and my thread, my yarn. I've just inserted it inside. I always allow it to here so that we come and weave it back this edge. Now we'll be sewing both loops. It was a single crochet, cut both loops and sew. Try not to make your stitches very tight. Okay, just like this. So both loops, sew it, both loops. Yep. So you're just going to sew it all over, and once you get here, you have to stop here. You're going to stop here, okay? So this is going to be our armpit. Yep, so keep on working. Okay, this is what our work looks like so far. And I want to stitch in, I want to do some embroidery here, right? So you're just going to do the same thing. You're just going to do the same thing where you want to insert, where you want to stitch your cross. You're just going to mark it the way I did, like this, and we're going to start. I'm going to work with my tapestry needle, and my yarn is a 2-strand yarn, so we're going to use this 2-strand yarn. So we're going to have the thickness that we need. So let's get started. I'm just going to work in those stitches that are marked. I want to just cut it. So I'm just going to come here. I'm just going to put this, I'm just going to lie down this, yeah, so it's going to help me. My stitches are not tight. When we get here, we need to work on this other side. I'm just going to repeat the same thing. And here we go. We're done with this, our beautiful cross. The cross is a symbol of the love and the mercy of Jesus for us, the death and the resurrection of Christ. Now you can see how I just insert my stitch markers. So look at, from here to here I have a total of 26 stitches, and it's going to come here. So this 26 stitches measures 10 centimeters. So where we inserted the stitch marker, take it out. I'm going to turn out. I want my chain to be inside. Okay, that's that stitch. Put your work like this. Going to bring in your yarn, bring that here in front. You're going to make a good chain. 1 2 3 4 5 30 and 31, and that's enough. I have 31 chains, and each time you fasten off your yarn, it's going to go around it like this. Just secure that edge. See, secure like this before going ahead to fasten out. Yes. And next we have to come in front here. So that's it here, and here we have it. Yep. 1 2 3 4 is our 4th chain. Insert your hook from behind the 4th chain like this, and you're also going to make the same. You're going to make the same number of chains that you had here. 1 2 3. If we go ahead, just getting that tail, those tails is very important to hiding your tails. Just go in between those stitches and hide those tails there, and hide that tail there. And see, it's well secure. Now my chain, okay, 11 centimeters. Here we have our chain. This chain has to come and meet this one behind here, and just, you see, just make it behind there like this. And there we have this. Just go ahead and tie a very beautiful knot. And we have something very secure, something like this. Now let's do this. Now for this side, the same number of stitches that we have counted from here to here is the same number of stitches that we counted on the other side. And of course for this side is a little bit different. We're going to start from inside, and we also here we're also going to count 4 1 2 3, and in the fourth double crochet, go ahead and make a chain. 2 3 4 5. Take off a stitch, make a chain. Okay, here we did the same number of chains that we did behind here. Now here we're going to bring it in front because we want it to be in front. So yep, I just go there and tie a beautiful knot there. And here we go. Thank you so very much for working with me. Let me know what you think about this tutorial in the comment section below. I mean, this is amazing. I made this for my baby, for my girl. She was turning 7 years for her birthday. I mean, she was freaking beautiful in it. Write in the comment section below what you want us to work on next time. Now this is a complete set. So here we have, as I said, here. So here we have the headband. I mean, it is so beautiful. So I'm going to put this on my daughter's head like this. It's going to, and we have this scrunchie. I'm going to wear this as a bracelet for her. I mean, this is so beautiful. And yep, so I'll be leaving the link to this tutorial in the comment section below, in the description box below. Once you're done your vest, check the description box below and do this, okay, so I have a perfect set. So thank you so very much for working with me. Yes, I want to say a big thank you to all of my subscribers and my YouTube viewers. Thank you for liking and sharing. I see my teacher been watching on WhatsApp and Facebook. Very thanks to you, and I've come to say a big thank you. And if you're not subscribed to my channel, don't want to subscribe, and you should subscribe. Always turn on the notification button so you don't miss any of my tutorials, so you'll always be the first person to see, like, and share my tutorials. And yes, I want to say a big thank you to all of my members. Thank you for believing in our vision. I want to join a membership program. There's a link in the description box below. Click the link and become a member. And yes, we have a massive project coming just for members, so click the link and join. And once we have the required numbers, we're going to release our massive project. And if you're a stay-at-home mom like me, I encourage you to work from home, and I pray God blesses the work of your hands. Therefore, we meet in the next tutorial. God bless us and keep us and prosper the work of our hands. Shalom.